Today we're installing light switches. So we've got three-way switches, our single pole switches, some wire strippers, lineman side cutters, screwdriver, voltage tester, and some wire nuts. First thing that we want to do, we want to turn on our tester. We want to make sure nothing's hot. We've got our power turned off. Couple different scenarios. We've got our wires for our single pole switch right here, and we're going to be doing a couple different configurations. For right now, we're just going to worry about the ones for our single pole switch. We've got one wire here, and I've got them all labeled. If you're running new, especially, you want to label which wire is going to what. Now, if it's not new and it's already existing, you can't really do that unless you have the wall opened up. We're going to twist our grounds together to make sure that they've got a good connection. Then I'm going to take, and on my power wire, I'm going to take my neutral, which is the white wire. The wire that's going to the light, going to take the white wire from that one. That'll be the connection for the light. Then fold them out of the way. Now we have 4 wires left. We have 3 blacks and 1 white. From the power that's coming from the breaker, we're going to take the hot wire from that one, connect it to that white wire that's going down here to the switch. And I like to do that because I like to have the black wire as the feed going back to the light. I don't want to have 2 whites up there to where that has to be marked or get confused and accidentally hook it up backwards. And now I've got my last 2 wires here. This one's going to the light and this one's coming from the switch. We take our switch right here, got 2 posts on it, and it's got the green screw. The green screw is always the ground, so we want to take that bare wire, put it on that green ground screw. Make sure now got that facing the right way to where you can read the word off at the top. Single poles always have the words on the switch so that you can tell which side's up and which side's down. Take this white wire, which is connected to the power. The switch works either way that you put it, because the switch itself is just breaking a connection on the inside, so you could have the hot on either one. I just like to put it on the bottom so that I always have it the same every time. Then we want to take that black wire that is going up through here and tied to the black that's going to the light. Got all these connected. We can turn our breaker on. Flip the switch.
Everybody come out quick, look at the lights!
Double check, set it to AC voltage. Then we take our black lead, put it on the ground.
I threw it on the ground!
We've got our 120 volts. The other side, got our 120 volts. Perfect voltage right there. Through the magic of editing, we're gonna transform you to the next one right here. Now we've got our next scenario here. All of our power's dead, breaker's turned off. Don't want any power going to that. Now, got it set up. The power is coming directly from the panel and going into the switch box and then to the light. That happens a lot in houses. You want to determine which one is your power. If you're working on this new, you've got it labeled. You should have it labeled. But if you don't, this is all inside of the wall. Can't see the wires. You can't see anything. Just the wires, all you can see. Power off. You've got all your wires disconnected and separated. What you can do, you can turn the power back on. Make sure that you do not touch anything. Don't let anybody near to touch anything.
You can't touch this.
You take your tester and you touch your wire and find out which one is the hot. Once you have that located, mark it, turn your power back off. Now you know which one is your power wire. First thing we're gonna do, you wanna twist those ground wires together. Now I've already got these ones twisted and wire knotted together just to save time right now. I've got my black and my white coming from the power. I've got my black and my white to the light. Okay, now in this scenario, you want to strip the 2 white ones, twist them together. That'll be your neutral coming from your panel and feeding up to your light. Now you've got your 2 black wires. Take our single pole switch again. I know that this one right here is my power feeding in on the bottom. And then we take the one that's going to the light on the top. Don't want our ground to get left out. We've got all our wires connected on our switch. We put our screws in there. We got it mounted. And now, we flip our power back on, and then we give it a test. Hallelujah. Works just like it should. Set our meter on AC volt, our black on the green. Got 120 volts on that one. Got 120 volts on the other side. Now, we're gonna move over here.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.
To our 3-way switches. I know that's what a lot of people need help with. I know those can be really tricky.
It's tricky.
And the snap of my fingers, I'll be right back. And we're back. I want to do a close-up on this one because I know a lot of people have difficulty whenever it comes to doing a three-way switch. Your box is going to have quite a few wires in it. We've got 7 wires on one side. On this one we've got 4 wires. If you're installing this new, you'll have marked which one is your hot coming in. But if this is a remodel, if you're having to change something out, say you took an old switch out and now you got all these wires and you don't know what to do to put them back together, I'm going to separate all these wires. I'm going to come over here, turn the power on, and then you want to find which one of these is the hot. This white one right here is the hot for me. Turn that power back off. So since I know that that one's my hot and it's white and I have another white right here, I'm going to take and I'm going to mark that with a piece of tape. So I know that that one is my hot wire. And I'm going to take this 3-way switch. I'm going to put that hot right here on this black screw, okay? It's the only black screw on here, right there on that one. Now I've got that one done. And I'm going to take it, I'm going to set it off to the side real quick. The other wire that is in the same jacket, that is my wire that is going back to the light. So I want to take this black wire and I want to take it and I want to connect it to the other black wire that is going to the other switch here. So I'm going to twist those together. Now I've got 2 wires left. These 2 wires here are what we call in the electrical industry travelers. My red wire, and I'm going to put it over here on the opposite side of that black screw. Now all I've got left is that white wire. I'm going to put it down here on the screw directly underneath the black screw. I've already got my grounds tied together over here, and I'm not going to forget about him.
Don't you forget about me.
See how we got that here? We've got the hot coming in, going to that black screw up top. We've got the white wire that's feeding over to the other switch right there directly below it. We have a red wire right here on the other side. We're going to take our second switch that's going over to wherever our other one is. I like to take it and put it the exact same way that I've got the other one.
Identical.
First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take and put this white wire right here in the exact same spot that that wire on that one is, right there below that black screw. Next, I'm going to take that red wire. I'm going to put it in the exact same spot as on that other switch. Then, this black wire that is going back to the light, the one that we wire nutted over here, and I'm going to put it on that black screw, just like, and then, we can't forget about our ground on our green ground screw. I'm screwed into place.
Go back to then.
When?
Now.
Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When?
Just now.
Bam, we got them all set into place. Okay, now that we've got that, we'll go turn our power back on. Get a good angle on that so we can see our lights. We've got them on right here, so we're going to take this switch. It turns off. That's a good sign. Now if we come over here and we turn it back on, it's going to come on. Then we're going to go over here. See? Got it. Now, if you have one of these wires wrong, I've seen sometimes if you get it mixed up, it'll turn on, but then you go to flip this one and it'll stay on and it won't do anything. Since we got this one wired up correct, either one works. And that is how you hook up a 3-way switch.
It's over. Go home.